Become a Golden Knight today and never miss a video by clicking that subscribe button and that bell. Anyway, on with the video. Hello my Golden Knights, it's richyrichgold here and welcome back to another Greenville Car Reviews episode. Now in this video we've got a pretty special one because we're going to be checking out the swagwagon. Let's get into it. Now unfortunately this vehicle is not currently available for purchase. It was a limited ton of edition vehicle that we had. You can't really find it. It's completely impossible. It probably won't ever come again. Maybe it'll come again for next Easter, but who really knows? It's not going to be available for a long time. So unfortunately, you can't pick this one up unless you did manage to get it in the 24 hours that it was available. I think just before Easter. Anyway, it's time to check out some of the detail on this car, and there are quite a few of them, so we're going to go through every single one of them. So, I also did kind of mention this in my other Easter video. I did kind of, talk about this car just a little bit, but you know what, we're going to go even more in depth. So, first of all, and probably one of the first things you'll notice, the wood paneling all around the side. Very cool, I suppose. Another thing you might notice, might take you a little bit longer to notice, but some people might get it pretty much instantly. The wheels are slanted to give it that really cool and classy look, obviously. We've got the flames on the front, kind of paint job. Speaking of paint job, we've got, all pink, just absolutely everywhere except for the fold-down roof. Which unfortunately you can't actually fold down, but obviously you got that on top, so why would you need that? You've also got some paint kind of in the grille and that kind of thing. You've also got, the badges on the front that are, milk, obviously. It's also got that on the wheel, but we'll look at the interior in just a second. And you've also got the massive one on the back. You've got the spoiler that has, many different supports, to just make sure it's really secure, because it is obviously very critical to the overall performance of the vehicle. You've also got that little storage compartment, I believe, on top there. So that's pretty much it for the outside. I can't really see anything else. Oh, other than the 4 exhaust pipes, that is another thing. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, no, I think that's just about it for the outside. Now for the inside, we've got obviously pink everywhere. We've got it on the gear shifter there. We've got it on parts of the dashboard. It would have been cool if they made it all pink, but can't have everything, I suppose. Back seat is not as cramped as I thought it would be. Kind of just looking at it. You've also got little cup holders, and you've also got your kind of center dash section with all the controls and whatnot. You've got all the proper dials and stuff, which look fantastic. You've got, little vents and stuff everywhere. The doors are pretty low res, but, I mean, what are you going to do about it, I suppose? You've also got, the steering wheel, as I mentioned before, it's all modeled, and I think it's just got the same material as the rest of the car, which is kind of interesting. Not the most detailed interior that we've gotten, but, I mean, it is quite a bit better than not having an interior at all. So I am really pleased with that, but that concludes the little walk around, so let's move on. Here's what it sounds like starting up. Here's what its horn sounds like. And here's what it sounds like to drive. Alright, it's time to go ahead and check out the lights. So for our headlights, we've just got 2 circular ones at the front that are kind of unfortunately cut off. A quarter of them is kind of missing, which is a little bit of a shame. Around the back, we've got a similar thing, but except they're not being cut off at this time. We've just got, pretty much the regular 2 little lights there. Nothing really special with those. It'd be cool if they included something in there, but you know what? The night's still young, so we might be able to find something else on this car. Brake lights are pretty much the same. We've just got, these get a little bit brighter, and you've just got a little one right there. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for those lights. Now for our blinkers, we've just got 2 little fairly dim ones on the front there. Yeah, they are pretty dim. And on the back, we've got two yellow ones that kind of are a bit weird. I don't really know how to explain it, but they just look a little bit strange. But I suppose they do fit with the vehicle, and they are pretty dim as well, but I suppose they do the job. The swagwagon is based off of the Chrysler PT Cruiser, but it doesn't have any real-life counterpart other than the model of which it was based off of. Alright, and we have now reached the time where we get to see if this thing performs well on the track, I suppose, or I guess, you know, speed-wise. Now, this is just an epic sight, isn't it? Just this thing sitting on the runway. But, yeah, I do get a couple of questions as to why I don't use my, you know, the sports version. So, like, you know, Sports 1, I use Drive for these kind of races. That's just because I just tend to kind of go off the base variant, you know, kind of just the base speed that you will get on this vehicle. So, you know, for those people who do want to test out themselves, you know, you can obviously use that for drag races, but I just prefer to use this for the moment. So, we're going to go ahead and start this. I'm going to start my stopwatch. I'm going to go for max revs, and then I will take it off the parking brake, and that backfire. Here we go. Alright, so 0 to 60. Let's see, I'll stop it as soon as it gets there. And there we have it. So that's 9 seconds. There we are. And then let's check out the top speed. Okay, looks like it's 145 miles per hour, which is 233 kilometers an hour. So there we have it. So yeah, that's quite good. So the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, or I guess 0 to 60 miles per hour test, that was a little over 9 seconds. So that was actually pretty good. So yeah, I think that it's you know, for what it is, it's not bad. So I mean, hey, if you did pick this one up, it won't let you down. Alright, as always, it's time to test the handling and, you know, kind of what it's like to drive. Now, the steering is actually really responsive, but it does slow down quite a lot with the steering. Oh dear, I actually crashed it there. But as you can see, as you kind of get to the higher speeds, it kind of is still responsive, if that makes sense. So it would actually do you quite well, I think, and the suspension kind of really works with it. And it's a little bit jerky, but other than that, it's actually really, really good with that. Now, let's just go ahead and test the brakes right here. Alright, brakes seem to be very, very good. Actually, yeah, too good, in my opinion. They're absolutely fantastic. Acceleration, it is lacking, you know, it did get 9 seconds in the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour test, unfortunately. But once it goes, it really does go. It sounds just absolutely brilliant. But yeah, so it is a really cool vehicle to drive, and it actually is a really nice vehicle to drive as well. I think people like kind of look at the, you know, the funny exterior, but it actually is a really nice car to drive. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, this car sells for $87,000. But do not sell this if you do have it, because it is not worth the slot or the money to sell it, because it is a fantastic vehicle and it's limited edition, and yeah, you should not get rid of that under any circumstances. It's a very special car. Alright, it's time to rate this vehicle, and it's hard to kind of put this into a class, but I suppose we'll have to... I guess it's a coupe. I'm not really sure. We'll have to rate it off of, I guess, the special vehicles class, and I guess because I haven't really checked out a special vehicle in Greenville Car Reviews before, I'll have to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's really cool for a special vehicle. It kind of lacks a little bit in acceleration and kind of craziness, but it is a very cool vehicle. I just wish it had maybe had a few more little special features snuck in there. Maybe they are there, but I just don't know what they are yet, so we'll see. But yeah, very, very nice vehicle. Let's talk about, you know, some of the pluses and drawbacks. Obviously, it is a really cool looking vehicle, if you know what you're talking about. The acceleration is not that great, but its braking is fantastic, absolutely out of this world, and its handling as well is just insanely good, and I don't really know how else to explain that. Its handling is fantastic. I already mentioned its braking. Its top speed is really good. Once it gets going, It is pretty fast. It's got, really nice details on the interior and all the rest of it, and it's really, really cool. Now, I guess, was it worth it for the price of, I think it was $100,000 when it originally sold, when it was originally on sale? Yes, I would pay twice as much for these kind of vehicles, 100%. And there is no vehicle pass needed to buy it, so if you were able to pick this one up, you did not really need anything for it, to the best of my knowledge, I suppose. But that's going to do us for today, everyone. Let me know in the comment section if you did find this video useful or entertaining or whatever else. Let me know what you want to see in the future on Greenville Car Reviews or otherwise, and I suppose I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.